Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Bojo back again to give you a few tips on Fact or Fiction, which is our brand new English 9 project. So let's get started. The first checkpoint you'll notice is one of the Reader's Choice, actually two of the Reader's Choice book journals. Now you've probably seen these. They're already posted on our site. So if you go to our Schoology site, and your landing page, um, you'll see that Reader's Choice. You probably already saw that you have those reading journals due, and you'll see the My Document. Yours will look like it'll have a My Document there. You can click on that. But you don't really need to do it there. For this checkpoint, I'm just checking in to see how your reading is going. And you've probably noticed or heard that there are some changes to our 10 book challenge. So those of you who were with us at the very beginning of Defining Self, you chose 10 books. Now we've changed that a little bit because I've gotten some great feedback from some of your teachers and some of you. So I know 10 books sounds like a lot, but I want you to surprise yourself. We want you to shoot for 10 books this semester. So that means that 10 books by the end of the third week of January. There's a little bit more information that I've posted here. My FAQs about that and how to choose the books, what about audiobooks, how do you get the books, how will it be graded, and all of that good stuff. But basically, we're going to change how things were in the beginning. You probably noticed that in Defining Self, that very first checkpoint, I had you choose 10 books from just as many genres, so like 10 different genres. But I don't want you to worry about that. Okay, so it doesn't have to be one fiction, one historical, one fantasy, etc. If you want to read the entire series of your favorite manga series or your favorite fantasy book series or something like that, I want you to read that. We want you to read what you want to read. So let's not worry too much about the genres. You can use those that list of books if you want, but you don't have to. And you can definitely change the books that you're planning to read this semester. So I hope that takes a little bit of the edge off there. So let's look at Fact or Fiction. The very first thing that you're going to be working on are these Reader's Choice journals. So all you have to do here is if you click here, you'll notice that I've got a sample one. You do not have to write a sample for every time you read. You can just, let's say you've read 2 books so far this semester, that's awesome. If not, just give me 2 different days that you read. Okay, so whatever book you're on, you just put the date there. And this is a sample that one of my students did last year of a book that she was reading. And she just said, this is what I read on January 30th. And she just gives us a little bit of background, a little bit of summary, just to tell me what she was reading. And then if you have any questions or if you have any words that you looked up, and I think that's really awesome and that's super great, then write those there. If not, then that's okay. You can just say none. Okay, so this does not have to be about 2 different books. It does not have to be about the entire book. If you want to read just let's say, oh, I sat down and I read a chapter. So you could tell me what happened in that chapter. So really it's just a place for us to interact about your books. And some of the best recommendations that I get are from my students. So sometimes I'll be reading these and I'll go, wow, that sounds like a great book. I think I'll add that to my list. So no pressure, just wanted to check in with you on your reading. So that's what the first Reader's Choice book journal, that's what the first checkpoint is about. It's okay if you haven't started your reading yet, or if you need a little bit more time. Obviously, if you're shooting for 10 books and you're really hoping to make it, by this time, the semester's halfway over. So by this time, you probably should, if you're hoping to make that goal, you should have at least 2 books read. But if not, I don't want you to stress out. So just give me whatever reading you've done. This is not necessary. Checkpoint 1 is not necessary for you to do checkpoint 2. So if you need to move on to checkpoint 2 while you're doing some of that reading, that's totally fine. Also, just a reminder here that when you go to our Schoology course, go to Courses, English 9, you'll see down here on your landing page, you have about the class. Just a reminder, I know I say this all the time, but our course calendar is here. And this is just a reminder that if you have not already started the hero biography, if you haven't started reading that, you're going to need to start reading that soon. So that would be another great option of something you could talk about on your book journal. Okay, so just a reminder there that you will need to start reading that, because later on in the semester, we're actually going to start, that's going to be the last project that we do, is going to be that what would blank do, kind of a hero or a person that you look up to book. So it would be good for you to at least start reading that so that you're ready for that last project of this semester. All right, I hope that made sense. And if you have any questions, you know exactly where to find me. You can always go up here and click on the little envelope and then click on the new message. If you just type BOJO in the to area, you'll get me and you'll be able to send me a Schoology message. All right, I hope that made sense. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.